This is Mac OS Ken.
New iPhones next week, new iPads next week, and new Apple Watches at some point. It's Wednesday, the 15th of September, 2021. I'm Ken Ray, and this is news from Mac OS Ken, brought to you by yours truly and sponsored by Ladder. Smart, dynamic term life insurance. Learn more at ladderlife.com/macosken. This show is also sponsored by Upstart. Fair and fast personal loans. Making your credit card payments is great. Getting ahead of them would be better. That's where Upstart comes in. Whether it's paying off credit cards, consolidating high-interest debt, or funding personal loans, over 500,000 people have used Upstart to get a simple, fixed monthly payment. Upstart looks at more than just your credit score, factoring in income and employment history. That lets them offer smarter rates with trusted partners. So you may be able to take those high interest payments you're making a few different places and turn them into one simple payment with lower interest, which is really great. With a 5-minute online rate check, you can see your rate up front for loans between $1,000 to $50,000, and you can receive funds as fast as one business day after accepting your loan. Find out how Upstart can lower your monthly payments today when you go to upstart.com/macosken. UPSTART, that's upstart.com/macosken. Don't forget to use my URL to let them know I sent you. Loan amounts will be determined based on your credit, income, and certain other information provided in your loan application. Go to upstart.com/macosken. Announcements during Tuesday's Apple event were plentiful. Then there were all the announcements that weren't so much announced as added to Apple's website or communicated through some secret channel whose mysteries are hidden from the likes of lowly mortal me. New iPhones, new iPads, new watches. Let's dive in, starting with iPhone 13. While under-display Touch ID had been rumored for the Triskaideka phone, that is not a thing that's happening this year, nor is Touch ID in the power button. Apple's still working with Face ID as far as biometric unlock goes, so iPhone is still working with the notch, but it's smaller. 20% thinner according to Apple, though a number of articles I saw said it was a wee bit taller too. Apple says the OLED display is up to 28% brighter, and the whole thing is powered by the A15 Bionic, which features a 6-core CPU, 2 high-performance cores, and 4 high-efficiency. The battery's gotten bigger. Battery life for iPhone 13 is said to be 1.5 hours longer than for iPhone 12. 5G adoption keeps rolling out. Apple says its 5G phones will be on or supported by 200 carriers in 60 countries by the end of this year. Apple has also upped the storage capacities. Gone is the 64GB option. 3 storage options now include 128, 256, and 512 gigabytes. In terms of looks, we're still sticking with the flat edge, first ground out in iPhone 4, though more colors than back in the day. That said, the colors are a bit muted. Offerings for iPhone 13 include a very light pink, blue, midnight, which is neither space gray nor black for some reason, starlight, which is neither beige nor white for some reason, and of course product red. Yes, Virginia, there is an iPhone mini as well. iPhone 13 mini starts at $699. iPhone 13 starts at $799. To cap off the section on iPhone 13, Apple showed a motorcycle delivery guy putting his phone, his bike, and himself through the ringer. This may explain a message from Apple earlier this week. A story I kicked down the road for a couple of days from iLounge had Apple warning iPhone users that intense vibrations, such as those from a motorcycle engine, can negatively impact iPhone's camera performance. Almost sounds like an early CYA memo. Now, if I'm completely honest, I kind of glazed over by the time they got to the iPhone 13 Pro. Part of that may have been because it came late in the 80-minute presentation, though that glaze was also compliments of the technical talk surrounding the phone's introduction. Here is what MacRumors lists as the Pro phone's key features: a Pro Motion display with a variable refresh rate up to 120 Hz, a smaller notch, a faster A15 Bionic chip, longer battery life, several camera improvements, and expanded 5G connectivity. They are serious about the better battery. iPhone 13 Pro will last up to 1.5 hours longer in a day than iPhone 12 Pro according to Apple, and iPhone 13 Pro Max will last up to 2.5 hours longer in a day than iPhone 12 Pro Max. Inside, the Pro line features the same 6-core CPU with 2 high-performance cores and 4 high-efficiency cores as the consumer-grade 13. Additionally, the iPhone 13 Pro models feature a new 5-core GPU that Apple says brings the fastest graphics performance in any smartphone, up to 50% faster than the leading competition. As tends to be the way with the Pros, the camera stole most of the talk, featuring features that I 100% do not understand. Well, the numbers I don't get. Both the iPhone 13 and iPhone 13 Pro lines come with a neat-sounding feature called Photographic Styles. Dumbing it down, it basically sounds like a set of presets and preferences that people who know what they're doing can apply to their pictures before they take them. Think people who shoot with a certain filter or light treatment, but set inside the phone. Anyway, that's how I understood it. Back to the Pro specifically. On the outside, the iPhone 13 Pro features the same hard edge as iPhone 13. Muted color options include graphite, gold, silver, and Sierra blue. Sizes remain basically the same, though storage capacities go higher. Folks can now choose between 128, 256, or 512 gigabytes, as well as a new 1 terabyte option. iPhone 13 Pro starts at $999. The iPhone 13 Pro Max starts at $1,099. Orders begin for all of the Lucky 13s this Friday, the 17th of September. That'll put them in hot little hands on Friday, the 24th. There is an amazing feature coming to the video capture side of all of the new iPhones. Do you know what rack focus is? When one part of a picture is in focus with another part blurry, then, to draw your attention, the filmmaker will make the clear part blurry and bring the blurry part into focus. That's rack focus. Apple added that to the iPhone 13 and 13 Pro lines under a feature called Cinematic Mode. The phone can do that automatically, or the videographer can force rack focus by tapping on this part of the screen or that. And stunningly, Apple says the focus can be changed during and after capture. Because we live in the future. Cult of Mac says iPhone 13 Cinematic Mode marks a new era in computational photography. The Next Web says the iPhone 13 Cinematic Mode is going to change mobile filmmaking forever. I say, folks seem stoked. More to the cameras, more to the batteries. You gotta figure that adds more to iPhone's weight. It does, though, seriously, almost only technically. According to another piece from MacRumors, iPhone 13 mini weighs 141 grams versus the 135 grams for iPhone 12 mini. iPhone 13 is 174 grams versus 164 for iPhone 12. iPhone 13 Pro comes in at 204 grams to the 189 grams for iPhone 12 Pro. and iPhone 13 Pro Max weighs 240 grams versus the 228 grams for iPhone 12 Pro Max. They are also the slightest bit thicker. All of the iPhone 13 models are 7.65 millimeters thick, according to MacRumors, up from 7.4 millimeters for the iPhone 12 lineup. The site says that'll likely make old cases useless for the new phones. If a few extra grams get you down, you might try saving some on SIM cards. While iPhone has supported eSIM for one line for a while now, a piece from 9to5Mac says iPhone 13 and iPhone 13 Pro feature dual eSIM support for the first time. With new phones on the way, it is time to play iPhone Barbie. Apple Insider says Apple has revealed lots of new cases, both silicone and leather, to wrap your new wrap rods. Nothing kinky. According to the piece, new iPhone 13 series silicone cases include colors in Blue Jay, Marigold, Clover, Chalk Pink, Abyss Blue, Pink Pomelo, Midnight, and Red. If you're looking for something in leather, still nothing kinky. New colors on offer include Golden Brown, Dark Cherry, Sequoia Green, Midnight, and Wisteria. With the introduction last year of MagSafe, Apple opened the door for iPhone accessories besides cases. A piece from CNET covers a neat trick being pulled by Apple's iPhone MagSafe Wallet. It works with Find My. I saw a few sites speculate that the wallet might have some kind of AirTag something or other tech built in. Honestly, it seems more likely that an iPhone with MagSafe is smart enough to know when a thing attached to it was separated from it, as well as where and when that happened. The way Apple explains it, users can be notified of their wallet's last known location if it gets separated from their phone. So, again, it's the smartphone that's smart, not the magnetic wallet. Still, it's a neat trick. Now, if only it were a bit bigger. It holds 3 cards, according to Apple. I way whittled my wallet down when I started carrying my Ridge wallet a couple of years ago. That said, no way I'm getting down to 3 cards anytime soon. But I am impressed. The leather MagSafe wallet comes in the same colors as the leather cases. They will run buyers $59 each. They are up for order now on Apple's site. One more bit of iPhone news before we move on. Fixing the back glass on iPhone 12 and iPhone 13 has gotten cheaper with Apple Care Plus. The piece from MacRumors says the price for fixing a covered back has dropped to $29 as long as the damage is back glass only. That's $29 in the US, $39 in Canada, £25 in the UK, or the equivalent in other countries. Previously, the cost to repair with Apple Care Plus was $99. Sorry to anybody who paid that last week. We'll talk tablets and watches in a moment, but first a word from Ladder. Smart Dynamic Term Life Insurance. Ladder is disruptive, in a good way. They're shaking up life insurance by taking the whole process online. You don't have to go anywhere to get started. In fact, when you apply for $3 million or less in coverage, everything happens online. No doctors, no needles, no paperwork, and no upsell. The traditional model would have you going through all that trouble, then getting call after call from agents trying to bundle your life insurance with other product. You're going to Ladder for life insurance. You're getting life insurance, not sales pitch after sales pitch after sales pitch. If you're between the ages of 20 and 60, need coverage, and want a team with a company that is redeeming life insurance, choose Ladder. Go to ladderlife.com/macOSCan today to see if you're instantly approved. LADDER That's ladderlife.com/macOSKen. ladderlife.com/macOSKen. Now let's hop back into the California streaming. The iPad line saw 2 new models on Tuesday. One was an update to Apple's biggest seller, while the other was an update to the smallest of its tablets. On the biggest seller, Apple introduced the 9th generation iPad during the California streaming event. Not the flashiest thing perhaps, though significantly improved over last year's update, which was significantly improved over the one I bought the year before that. Such is life, such is the train station. The new machine is powered by the A13 Bionic. That was state-of-the-art a couple years ago, though it still brings significant improvement to the line. This year's tablet is said by Apple to be 20% faster than last year's model, 3 times faster than the best-selling Chromebook, and 6 times faster than the best-selling tablet running Android. The latest iPad sports a 12-megapixel ultra-wide front camera and neural engine that brings center stage to the entry-level tablet. Introduced last year, Center Stage is the feature that automatically pans the camera to keep people in view on FaceTime video calls, as well as video calls for third-party apps. The new iPad also starts at double the storage. The jumping-on point is now 64 gigabytes. That it does with the same starting price. That's $329 for consumers and $299 for education pricing. The updated iPad actually went on pre-order on Tuesday. It'll ship next week. A number of tech prayers were answered on Tuesday when Apple remembered that it had an iPad mini and it had not updated it in a while. Well, now it has. Small but mighty, the new iPad mini is powered by Apple's A15 Bionic. That means the machine delivers up to 80% faster performance than the previous generation, according to Apple. The all-screen design makes the display 8.3 inches while retaining its old form factor. With a faster processor than the new iPad and the presence of a 12-megapixel camera on the front and the back, the inclusion of Center Stage for video calls is pretty much a no-brainer. The device also supports stereo sound and landscape mode, and is compatible with the second-generation Apple Pencil, or the second-generation Apple Pencil is compatible with it, whichever. Gone is the Lightning connector, replaced by USB-C. All-screen means no home button, of course. The new iPad mini has Touch ID in the power button. It comes in Wi-Fi or Wi-Fi plus cellular, and yes, that cellular means 5G. 2 storage capacities from which to choose, 64 gigabytes or 256, 4 colors, purple, pink, starlight, and space gray. Starting price for the new iPad mini is $499. It also went up for pre-order on Tuesday and will also ship next week. No changes to the exterior of either iPad, so all the old accessories should still work. That is good news since Apple sort of skimped on those. According to a piece from Apple Insider, while Apple's flagship iPhone and Apple Watch devices are receiving a veritable flotilla of new accessories, the humble 9th generation iPad gets only 1, while the redesigned iPad mini nets 2. They seem miffed on behalf of the Fondle slabs. Odd, since existing cases and covers should literally fit the bill. What can we say about Apple Watch Series 7? It's not ready yet. It's not clunky looking the way some rumor images had presented it. It's got a bigger display size, which is a big deal when you're working so small. Apple says the Series 7 has 20% more screen area than the Series 6. That's pulled off, at least in part, by having a border that is 40% thinner than on last year's model. That extra space accommodates a full keyboard for text entry, Bigger buttons in apps for greater ease of use, and a few new faces that really fill the screen. Series 7 boasts 18-hour battery life on a single charge, with faster charging as well, 33% faster compared to Series 6, according to Apple. When at rest, the always-on display is brighter, up to 70% brighter indoors than Series 6, making it easier to see without waking it and thus draining the battery. Series 7 will come in two sizes, 41mm and 45mm. Contrary to pre-announcement rumors, Apple says the new units will be compatible with existing bands. Not that there aren't plenty of new ones. A piece from iMore lists 8 new sets of bands, though each of those has many colors and styles from which to choose. They include new solo loops in 7 colors, 4 colors of braided solo bands, 7 shades of sport bands, 5 combo-colored sport loops, Nike Sport bands in 3 color combos, 3 colors of Nike Sport loops, 7 leather bands, and 5 bands for Apple Watch Hermes. Apple Watch Series 7 starts at $399. As for when orders start, all Apple said was later this fall. And finally today, once again, Apple is not moving some of the watch's more advanced health features down the line. Last year, some people were annoyed that Apple killed the Series 5 Apple Watch, boxing buyers of lower-cost chronometers out of some medical improvements. Maybe Apple figures people are used to that now. Series 6 is coming out of the lineup. In addition to Series 7, Apple's offerings will include Apple Watch Series 3 starting at $199 and Apple Watch SE starting at $279. That is hardware for the day and some of the accessories. Tomorrow we'll look at OS news, services announcements, reaction from analysts, and other news that happens to happen our way. macOS Can, brought to you by me and sponsored by Upstart. Fair and fast personal loans. Learn more and check your rate at upstart.com/macOScan. This show is also sponsored by Ladder, smart, dynamic term life insurance. Learn more at ladderlife.com/macOScan. Advertising handled by Backbeat Media, online at backbeatmedia.com. You can reach me a couple of ways. Info at macoscan.com or call 716-780-4080. Until next time, that is news from macOS Ken. I'm Ken Ray.
Why do dogs always race to the door when the doorbell rings? It's almost never for them.